Hey everybody.
Hey.
I'm here with Adam. You remember him from last time? Today he's taking me out to this trail that he visited a while back, and it's part of the Wekiva River basin. And it's been raining a lot, so most of this is all underwater out here. But he says he comes across wildlife every time he comes out here, and he said, let's check out this trail. And we're gonna go off trail in some parts. I really want to check it out. Didn't want to do it by himself because there's a lot of bear activity out here, and honestly, I don't blame him. So yeah, we're gonna get into it and see what we can find. All right, guys.
And we see what's called pressure releases, where an animal's been stepping, and maybe there's some flattened out leaves that have come up. Like right here, they haven't come up yet. You can still see there's some fresh stuff, fresh damage on this fern.
Yeah, it looks all flattened out right there. Something came through here last night, or at least early this morning.
Especially if a trail rubs up against a tree or something, we start looking for rubs or looking for hair. Or definitely scabs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gets too low over there. It's full of water. Might need to backtrack.
I was just thinking there's some little pipe patch right here.
Yeah.
You can see something. I don't know for sure, but I think this is a stinkhorn. They start out looking like a little egg coming out of the ground, and then they hatch out of that egg. If you look up some pictures of stinkhorns, you'll see some pretty interesting stuff. They really like the palms, like the cabbage palms. I don't know if they're a base rock fungus or they're actually a mycorrhizal, like a soil fungus, but they definitely like the rotting palms, it seems. Most of the ones that we've seen are like that. It's like a herringbone structure, or like a, what do you describe it as?
Oh, like a honeycomb pattern?
Yeah, kind of a honeycomb pattern. I forget what they call that gill structure for that, you know, that polyporous structure. It's definitely a fungus, a mushroom of some kind.
It's really cool looking. I don't think I've ever seen one like that, or that I've ever noticed. Well, it's, wow, look at that.
That's the fruiting body of the Mycelium, the actual network of, network organism that's under the soil. And this is its reproduction right here going on. All these little things are filled with spores that exploded already probably, and now will become like a protein source, a vitamin source, mineral source, nutritional source for bugs or for animals.
Yeah, Adam spotted this cute little pygmy rattlesnake.
Probably waiting on the sun to come around or something, I guess.
Yeah, I only usually ever see him in the shade. Never see him in the direct sunlight.
Come to think of it, you're right. We've only probably seen one or two like that out in the sun. Bored. I need to go get glasses. I've just been putting it off.
Me too, man.
It's getting noticeably worse so now. Like noticeably now.
We're getting old, dude. This is the first snake that we've spotted since we've been in here. We've been in here for about an hour and a half or so. And we definitely keep our eyes open. But this is a big chunky boy right there. It's a bit, yeah. Yeah, he's pretty big, pretty healthy. Yeah.
All right, buddy, I'll let you find it. Just wanted to admire you a little bit.
Yeah, we like those guys.
Hey, check this out, man. This is Cordyceps militarius. It's a fungus. Kind of looks like a little finger here, comes up out of the ground. It has that little ridge in it oftentimes there.
That's one of those medicinal ones, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a wonderful medicinal mushroom. One of the main uses that come up is it's full of something called adaptogens, commonly called. They affect the adrenal gland, and what they do is they help with recovery from stress. And then there's also some immunosupport. I think there's a beta-glucan that helps shrink cancerous tumors. They help balance the body's ability to produce the right amount of insulin, so they can be beneficial to diabetics as well. What's interesting about a cordyceps mushroom is cordyceps actually affect insects primarily, and the insects often eat the spores or consume the mushroom and the spores, and then the spores go throughout the insect's body, eventually usually affecting the nervous system, paralyzing it, and then eventually killing the insects. So all these little ones that you see popping up are coming up from an ant that it ate, or a caterpillar or something, or grub under the ground.
Oh, right on. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I've seen that before, especially in National Geographic magazine and things like that. So.
They're pretty easy to identify and pretty easy to harvest, and you're not hurting the organism by harvesting mushrooms. This is a fruiting body. By the time you see them, a lot of times they've opened up, they've spread their spores, they've reproduced. The mycelium under the ground is like a network organism, and this is the reproduction, reproductive organs from that mycelium.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. It's starting to get a little thicker, more wild back here. Not quite as manicured as the trail in. Oh. It's starting to get overgrown in here, isn't it? Hearing all kinds of noises out here. Stuff tromping through the water in these woods back here. I have no idea what it is, but we're trying to keep our voices down. But Ab and I have too much of a good time and too many laughs to keep our mouths shut. Whoa, we almost stepped on this mating pair of pygmy rattlesnakes. I mean, they're really wrapped up with each other here. I don't want to disturb them any more than I already have. Because that's a big one too. That's probably the largest pygmy rattlesnake I've ever seen. And they're all wrapped up together. They're having a good old time. Alright, make us plenty of babies, guys. Oh, I see the other head too.
If you stay right here, you can see perfectly.
Oh.
Like that little click on the stick.
No. Yeah, they feel that vibration. I'm gonna try to get down to the river.
Sure.
Right. Sorry guys, you just carry on. Don't mind us. Looks like it's starting to fill up with water down here, man.
We may come to the end of the trail before we get to the river. Or the river may meet us.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, I think this is about it. I think the river met us before we met it. And like I said, it's been raining a lot last few weeks, and it's I mean, we're talking torrential summertime downpours, and it's late in the season. It usually starts a little earlier than that, but now it's like a little later now. Here we are in the middle of September, and we're getting afternoon thunderstorms like if it was the middle of July, and it's insane. I'm talking torrential downpours. So the river is really high. The river by my house is really, really high, and there's no way you can hike through any of the woods without coming across trails full of water like this. Okay, so it just keeps getting deeper and deeper, and neither of us really wanted to get waist deep in a bunch of water in unknown territory. So we're going to turn around and start heading back, there is still plenty of opportunities to see some cool stuff. So we're gonna turn around and start heading back out. But it's already fairly late in the day. I think it's supposed to start raining here pretty soon, so we'll see what happens. You ready to head back, brother?
I am.
All right, dude.
Sounds good.
Yeah. This orange and gold water like this is always so pretty in the sunlight, you know? Yeah. Whoa. Literally almost just stepped right on this moccasin. Look at him. I don't know if you can see that or not. But it's about maybe a little shy of 2 feet long, but it's looking at me. He's looking at us, and he's like, "Don't mess." But no, as long as you're cool, they're cool, man. We can just give him a wide berth, walk around him, and he's not gonna bother us at all. But yeah, it's a good-looking snake. Pretty young still. You can still see the markings. Looks really nice.
This side markings are really obvious too.
Yeah.
He's really pretty over here.
Ooh, look at that. Nobody's gonna bother you. I'm just getting a photo, baby. What a beautiful animal. Wow. Alright, we'll give you a wide berth, buddy. Nice. I haven't seen a moccasin in a long time, and
Oh, look at that. Did you see him?
did he
mouth
pop
open.
his mouth
Yeah.
open again? Yeah.
It is.
But like I said, I haven't seen one of those in a really long time. So that's always a real treat. Those scary venomous snakes, right? You know, get my heart going. I love it. Alright. I told you we might be seeing some more stuff.
Well, we haven't, oddly enough, we haven't really come across that many snakes together. It's been strange.
Yeah.
Usually I'm accustomed to seeing 2 or 3 or 4, 10 snakes on the trail here, you know, in
Yeah.
Florida. So this has been more of a normal hike, I think, for us.
Yeah, for sure. See a lot of frogs. That's probably why all these snakes are so active right now. They're trying to fatten up for the winter.
That's fresh.
That is fresh.
His little toes, you can see his pad real clearly.
That is super fresh, because when we came through earlier, I pointed out this little hole, and these tracks were not there.
That's right, that hole was a track on top of a track we'd seen earlier.
Yeah, and as you could tell, it's old.
It's much degraded since this morning.
These are definitely big old fat bear tracks. Look at that. I mean, they're not huge, but that's really good. That means we should probably start keeping our voices down and watching ahead on the trail.
Yeah.
But they're definitely out here. This whole area is all connected to where I was hunting those bears that one time. You might remember that old video. That was a lot of fun. But these are brand new, fresh tracks within the last hour and a half, 2 hours. I don't know how long we were down there towards the river, but we're almost back to the trailhead here, and we saw these babies. What do you think?
I think if we take our time and ease up through here, we might be able to get an eyeball on one.
I
before
hope
we leave
so.
the trail.
Hope so. I love those bears. They're the coolest thing, man. Now my hackles are all up, and I'm just like, my awareness is all heightened now. All of a sudden, I've got this new boost of energy, all because of these brand new, fresh tracks. And like I said, I know that these tracks are fresh because of that divot right there. I pointed it out.
So you still see moisture on this too.
Yeah.
This is really fresh. There's still moisture. I just kind of saw the surface of that where that fall down came back up. You can see that moisture glistening in sunlight. I mean, he could be right up around here somewhere for all we know.
Well, let's keep an eye out for more tracks, huh? I love those little muddy patches because a lot of times that's a really good marker for the type of animals that come through here. You just see all types of different critters, which direction they're going.
Definitely a great record of what's traveling down the trail.
Yeah.
And animals use the path of least resistance most of the time.
Most of the time.
When we're not hiking on these trails, we like to cut through the woods and everything. A lot of times we're using them to get around.
Yeah, I use game trails a lot. Oh, there it is. Big old stinky pile of bear poop. It's so fresh. Yeah, that is so fresh. And there's berries in it. So we're keeping our eyes really peeled. This bear is heading into the neighborhood. And we believe that since everybody's at work over there, it could be interested in rummaging through trash cans.
So that answers the age-old question, doesn't it?
What's that?
Does a bear poop in the woods?
Yeah. Okay, we're hot on this bear's trail. And there's another set of tracks right here, real close. Now, I would have noticed these tracks earlier this morning. Like, here's one right here, see? See that? Right there. Now, that stuff is really exciting for me. I love seeing that stuff. And Adam explained to me earlier that he's seeing a lot of bear signs back here every time he comes out here. So, I'm excited. I know that he's probably excited. So, let's keep our voices down and hope for the best. We're almost to the entrance. This is about it for us. We may or may not see this animal, but it's the end of the trek. It's a short trip. Had a good time. Seen a couple snakes. That was good. Getting into some new territory out here. It's good to hang out with Adam again.
Hang out with you, brother.
Yeah, we gotta do this more often. I'm out of shape. I'm all nervous now because I'm all excited and anticipating a black bear encounter. I go crazy over that. So cool. Alright guys. Well, that's about it. We're almost to the Jeep and we're gonna call it quits, head on home, and appreciate y'all very much. Thank you for watching, and like always, take care.